Hi, welcome to Yogic Future. In this video, we'll show you how the platform works and how you can use it to easily manage your yoga studio. The platform is divided into sections that you can access from this parent left navigation menu. The first section is the dashboard. This is where you'll have an overview of the various aspects of your yoga studio. You can filter out the data with this filter here. Next, we have the program section. This is where you can add and manage yoga programs that your yoga studio will provide. So in order to add a program, you can click this add program button and fill out the form to add the program. Then once you have added programs, you can add classes to that program. In order to add classes, you can click this manage events button next to each program. This will bring you inside the program where you'll see workshops and practice sessions. This is where you can create workshops and practice sessions for this program. To create workshops, you can click this add workshop button and you can fill out the form with the details for that workshop and also add classes under the workshop. Workshops can be defined for both single day and multi days, and you can define the capacity for the workshops and also the fees. Then you can finally review and save. To see the details of the workshops that you create, you can click on any of the entries and you will have the details here. There are three tabs also here: schedule, members, and waitlist. Schedule is where you'll find the classes that are scheduled under the workshop. Members is where you can add members or students in your workshop. And waitlist is where you can add members when the capacity for this workshop is filled and members will be waitlisted. We also have this waitlist tab where you'll find information about the waitlist for various programs listed. Next, we have the all event section. This is where all the workshops and practice sessions that you create, irrespective of yoga programs, will be shown in a list view. You can see the details of the workshops here. You can see the sessions under each workshop by clicking this toggle. You can also see the members that are enrolled under each workshop by clicking this members area here. This will bring up the list for the members. You can also contact these members directly from these buttons here. You also have the ability to create a workshop or practice session directly from here also. You can filter this list based on dates from here. And you also have the ability to enroll any member to a workshop directly by clicking this button also. The all sessions section shows all of the sessions under each workshop or practice session that you create in a list view. This is for accessing the sessions directly. You'll have the information for all the sessions listed here, and you have two buttons next to all the sessions. One is to edit this session, and the other is to mark the attendance for the members that are enrolled in the workshop. To mark the attendance, you can just toggle this to the present state, and the attendance will be marked. You can also filter this list out from this date filter here. Moving on to the calendar section, this is where all the sessions that are scheduled in your yoga studio will appear based on the time slots. Clicking on any of the sessions will open up the detail modal, where you'll also have the ability to edit or mark the attendance for the session directly here. You have the date filter here, and you can also scroll through day by day from these two buttons. In the client section under the all clients tab, this is where you'll find all the clients that are registered in your yoga studio listed here. In order to add a client to your yoga studio, you can click this add a client button and fill out the form. As you add clients, this list will keep populating. To see even more details about any client, you can click on any of the clients and you'll find all the information about this client under these tab items here. So client info is the basic information. Programs holds the information about the workshops and practice sessions and memberships that this particular client has been assigned to. Payments is where you'll have the transactional details about all the purchases for assignments. Personal information is a form which the client is supposed to fill out, which holds additional information about health and other aspects. Follow ups is where you can record any communication that you have with this client. You can update the follow up dates and refer to this section at any point of time. Similarly, for medical alerts, this is where you can store any medical information about this particular client that can come useful and refer to it later. Client notes is also similarly to have any specific notes relevant to this client, which you can refer to at any point of time. And the passes section holds all the practice session passes that this particular client has availed. You can also add a pass to this client by clicking this button. You can also directly assign this particular client to a program or a practice session by clicking these buttons. So to assign a program, you can choose the program and then choose any available events under that program and click this assign button. And you can then proceed to the confirmation modal. You can also edit the fees here also if you wish. And you can apply wallet balance if there is available any for the client. And then you can proceed to make the payment with these payment options. In the follow-ups tab, this is where you will have all the clients who are required to be followed up, and you can filter this list out based on any programs as we see here, and also by dates. In order to add a member to this follow-up list, you can click this add follow-up button and select the client and specify the follow-up date and the program. Moving on to the team tab, this is where you can store and manage information about your staff members and instructors in your yoga studio. To add a team member, you can click this add a teacher button and fill out the form with the information about that particular member. You can specify the role, if it's a teacher or a staff member with manage access or not. And once you're done, you can click the add teacher button to save it. So any members that you add will appear in this list. To see more details, you can click on any of them and it will bring you to the details page. You can edit the information here also by clicking this button. Next, we have the report section. This is again where you will have some overview data about your yoga studio statistics. And you'll also have specific reports like client report, program wise report, revenue report, attendance report. You can click them to see this particular reports here. Next, we have the membership section. This is where you can create and manage memberships for students in your yoga studio to subscribe to. This will have three tabs: classes, members, and membership tiers. In the classes tab, this is where you will set up classes that will happen on a regular basis under memberships in your studio. You can choose the days of the week on which classes will happen, and you can add classes under each day here in this list. Next, skipping the members for now, membership tiers is where you will create the memberships for your members to subscribe to. So, to create a membership, you can click this create membership button. This will open up the form where you can define the validity of the membership from purchase date, the subscription fee, number of pause days allowed, any processing fee applicable, and you can also add a description. As you create memberships here, they will be listed and you can see the details by clicking on any of them, and you can also edit the details of the memberships here except the validity that you have set for the memberships. So once you have created your class schedules and the membership tiers for your memberships, you can then come up to the members tab and add members to any of the membership tiers that you have created. So initially this list will be empty. To add a member to any membership, you can click this add member button. This will ask you to choose the client. As you choose the client, it will ask you the membership tier to which you want to subscribe the member to. Let's click this 3-month membership. We have the standard assignment module again. This is where you can confirm the details of the membership and you can apply wallet balance also if any applicable, and you can take the first payment for the subscription. Any processing fee that you may add will be applied on the payment methods except the cash, and you can complete the payment to subscribe the member to the membership. To see the details of the membership for any member, you can click on any of the entries. So it will bring up the membership detail modal. This is where you will find the details of the client, the membership under which this member is subscribed to. You also have the ability to pause the subscription for this member for a set number of days. And finally, this list will have the detail of the attendance for this member under this membership here. So in order to mark the attendance for any member for memberships, you can click this mark attendance button. This will open up the form where you will have to first select the date on which you want to mark the attendance. Then you'll have to choose the program, the yoga program for which you want to mark the attendance. Then after you choose the yoga program, you'll have to select one of the class slots available for that day. And as you choose the class slot, the list of members enrolled for that class will appear, and then you can mark the attendance against each member here by clicking these toggles. Once you're done, you can close this out and the attendance will be saved. You will also have records for membership subscriptions for every client under the specific client tab also. Under programs, For a specific member, you can find the memberships tab where any subscribed membership will show up, and you can also see the details from here. Moving on to the leads section, this is where information about any potential clients who interact with any marketing campaigns that you run will be stored. You can follow up with these potential clients at any point of time later. Next, we have the user settings section. This is where the information about the admin user will be stored. You can edit the details of the admin user here, and you can also update the profile picture here. Next, we have the Yoga Center settings. This is where settings for your Yoga Center are available under these tab items. So the first is the center profile. This is where information about your yoga center like address will be stored. You can edit the information as you wish. Next, we have the rooms section. This is where you can add and manage rooms for your yoga studio. Next, we have the payment settings tab. This is where two important pieces of information are asked from you, which are publishable key and secret key. These are related to your Stripe account in order to run payments on the portal for your yoga studio safely. Next, we have the venues section. This is where you can add and manage external venue addresses when you want to create workshops at a different location other than your main yoga studio. Moving on to the redirecting URLs, this is where you will add and manage post booking redirecting URLs for your clients, which means the URLs which you want your students to be redirected to when they successfully assign themselves to a workshop in your yoga studio. And lastly, we have the waivers and agreements. This is where you can add the terms and conditions about your yoga studio, which will appear to your students when they are assigning themselves to any workshop within your yoga studio. They'll have to consent to it. Next, in the global settings under program categories, this is where you can add and manage categories that your yoga programs will fall into. So when you create yoga programs, you're asked to specify a category for the yoga program. You can add and manage those categories here. Next, on the client sources, this is where you can specify where a particular client, when you add them, has heard about your platform or your yoga studio. So in order to add a source here, you can click this add source button and add the source here. As an example, we have social network friends advertisement here added. Finally, the platform is also capable of supporting multiple yoga studios under a single admin account. To create multiple yoga studios, you can come up to the yoga studio name here and you can click this drop down to bring out the list of the yoga studios. In order to have multiple yoga studios, you can add your yoga studio here by clicking this button, add new center. You can fill out the form for the yoga studio and you can click save. Once you add more yoga studios, the studios will start listing out here and you can switch to any yoga studio by clicking on the name here. The admin account will remain the same.